have insomnia, and I know for a fact that I'm not going to get any sleep. So what I tend to do during these times is have my little party. And I know when we think of party, we think of people getting together, getting the alcohol out, putting the music on, and having the time of their life. But for me, my party is getting my bottle of water and going outside and looking at the sky. And you have no idea how much enjoyment it brings me, and it makes one realize how small they are and how much there is going on in this world. And it's not just what's happening in our heads all the time. I think we get so caught up with our feelings and our thoughts that we forget that there's so much out there. And that's why I love doing this and call it my party, because there is so much that it brings me, so much positivity and so many realizations. So I'm gonna go and have my party, and I'm so curious to know what I'll find tonight in the dark sky, and it's making me so excited and ecstatic. So yeah, my day starts today at 2 a.m. rather than 5 a.m. And initially I was bummed out that I wasn't going to have any sleep, because I love sleeping. I love the fact that we can kind of go into this different realm, into dream state, and just not the same reality that we're exposed to every single morning. And that doesn't mean I like escapism or anything. It's more like how amazing it is that there are different realms and that you can access one of them through sleep, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there is more. So yeah, initially I was bummed out, but then I was like, there's no point being frustrated, because there's actually a load of other things you can do in the middle of the night. And yeah, so I'm gonna go and start my little party on my own and see what's out there. Bye. It's about 7 a.m, just after the sunrise. I like to use my energy in the morning doing productive things. Many years ago, I came across a monk who explained how energy is finite and the importance of investing our precious time and energy into the right things, as energy depletes as time passes in the day. So, today I chose to wash my clothes, but other days I do meditation, I read, I dance, I research, I cook, and the common denominator in all of this is productivity. Hence why I feel so refreshed and content at the end of the day, even on a microscopic level. But here's the thing, this energy investment I'm talking about also goes for how we invest our energy into people. So there are people who zap away our precious energy, hence why it's really important also to be surrounded by people who recharge our energy, and that means people who have the energy of angels. The monk explained how there are people who are like vampires who suck our energy, and I really believe this because when I surrounded myself with the wrong people, I felt quite dead in the inside and had to always go home and recharge. Whereas if I was around loving people, I didn't have the need to go and recharge. So essentially, what I'm trying to say is energy is finite, and it's a must we invest it into the right places every single day. Another thing I want to mention is how, as I slowly train my mind in ways that monks do, something I practice on a daily basis but fail at doing many times, is finding joy in the hard work that you just can't run away from. So when it comes to washing clothes or washing the dishes, not many of us enjoy doing this, and so we try to procrastinate, rush it, and try to even get others to do it. So I'm not a big fan of things like washing the clothes or cleaning or cooking, but I know there comes a time where you just have to face it and tackle it with joy. This can be hard, as everything in our body gets annoyed and frustrated, but I've learned to face the irritation and let it pass and then transform it into joy. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but this practice I mentioned here only leads to us finding joy in all parts of our life, not just the nice bits. For example, when you sit down with a box of pizza about to watch your favorite show on Netflix, or when it hits Friday, because the Monday will come around fast, as well as the mundane days. When I think of our mundane life, I want to say I know how dulling it can be, especially going to work. Something I incorporate in my everyday life is green therapy. It was actually one of the biggest things that cured my depression many years ago. Without it, I don't think I would be here. And that may sound extreme at first, but if you know me, you will understand why. But I can't express how even the slightest bit of time in nature heals and benefits us all on so many levels. Green therapy is just simply getting in touch with nature in our day-to-day life that could be filled with screens, busy city life, pollution, stress, walls, ceilings, and even the sounds of vehicles. Something like just washing our face in a stream, or looking at grass, or even the sound of a bird can have a massive positive impact on us mentally, and it does for me. And maybe that's why I go overboard with it. But too much of nature can never really be a bad thing. for so long now, I've been wanting to play an instrument in the wild, and literally the other day I came across a charity shop, and it's kind of odd to come across one of those in such a remote place, but they left bongos out in the front for £5, and I was like, this is insane. Like, I've always been wanting to get bongos, and it just happened to be there, so I literally went for it. And I've also found this beautiful river, and I'm going to play the bongos. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen people play instruments in the wild. I find it so amazing and therapeutic, and I'm going to kind of go for it today. And I'm not an expert, like I've never played the bongos before, but I've kind of got this mentality where you don't have to be good at everything you do. I think in this world we live in, it kind of gets drilled in our heads that we have to be so amazing at some sort of skill or hobby, but that's just so not true. I think sometimes we can just be in the moment and experience something and do something without having to put like our kind of, what you call it, the level of how good we are onto it. Like, we can just be in the moment and do something. So that's what I'm going to do today, and there's nobody around, and I'm just going to create some beats and just do what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? And just have a lot of fun. That's the whole point. Just create memories on my own and just be my true self. Yeah, so I'm going to go for it, guys. Warriors, so it's kind of reaching the end of the day, but I just wanted to sit here in my car and just speak about a few more things. I've just picked my husband up from the airport, and we're going to just move to a different location. I think we're going to go to some sort of a mountain where it's very, very remote, and do kind of some wild camping over there. But before I leave, I just wanted to speak about something really quickly, which is something a bit like very open with you guys about how my life has changed like amazingly since I've come here to the Highlands in Scotland and living in a campervan. It's changed my life in ways that I can't even express. It's been such a positive change to my life, and I just want to say, I think so many people think that the dream life is the rich life, you know, the luxury, you know, the big house, the car, the nice car, you know, loads of money to buy things. And I think that's just like the mainstream definition of the dream life. But I think there are loads of people who, like me, who just want a small little unit in a remote place and just completely content with that simple way of living. And I know so many people are gravitating towards that because so many people are realizing that that mainstream definition of dream life is not really a dream life. It's actually a life that sets you up for wanting more and more, and just kind of like almost an endless cycle almost of never reaching true happiness. But I guess I wanted to say, you know, me and my husband got this camper van, and it kind of has really, really changed our lives in the sense financially as well. Financially, we do not have a mortgage, and I think that's one of the biggest bills that goes out every month. And so many people are stuck in the matrix because they've got that mortgage that they have to pay. And so when we got this camper van, we realized how much money we are saving by not having a mortgage. And I really, really think that more people should think about the campervan life, um, because it's such a small investment. Like ours is really cheap. It's and it's slightly on the older end, but it is incredible in how, you got your own, like your whole home in the van itself, and you've got all the essentials. You've got your gas to cook, gas to light up the heater, gas to, if you need hot water, the gas does it. And the electric, you only really need electric for the fridge, or to like run the lights. But for someone like me, I try to use alternatives. So I use a lantern instead of the lights. And with the fridge setup, I'm still kind of thinking about how to not use a fridge. So my whole goal here is to become more and more self-sufficient. I think that's my goal for the next year. So we are going to be purchasing a small piece of land so that I can grow fruit and vegetables and, other foods, so that we don't always have to keep going to the grocery store, because I feel like that's the next expensive bill. And I'm just trying to like get to a stage where I don't really need to be spending much, and have everything that I need just by my own like creation, if that makes sense. And it's honestly the way to go in this world, because everything is skyrocketing, the prices. I'm sure everybody knows that. So it does take a lot of planning and putting your money aside and saving, to get to this place of self-sufficiency and having no mortgage. And ultimately you kind of somewhat come out of the matrix. I'm not saying you can become completely free of the matrix, because I think that's really difficult. And I don't know if, we can ever get to that place. But I think even just a little bit it makes a massive difference to one's life, because ultimately you can then switch from full-time work to part-time work, which is what my husband's going to do, because we realize we don't really need a heck of a lot of money anymore. So we just like, okay, let's just drop the amount of hours that he's working, and then he can also help me out with the kids, and I can, like, there's more of a balance going on. So that's the plan. And another really amazing thing about my life right now is I can literally get a map and just go anywhere I want and live there. And that's the biggest pro to this campervan life, is that I can choose where I want to live. And it's incredible, because one day I'm in the mountains, the next day I'm in the, like, next to a river, and the next day I'm, just in a field. Like, there's so many places to choose. And I think it's really working well for me. And yeah, I just thought I would share this, because I know lots of people are stuck right now and they really want to get out of the matrix. They want to stop working and they want to just, be in a remote place. And I think it's very, very possible, especially with something like the camper van. It's not really that expensive if you're happy to have the most basic kind of version of it. And on top of that, when you're a minimalist, which I am, it's incredibly easy to live like this, because the only way me and my husband have been able to do this is because we're minimalists. So we don't own much. And so when we actually moved from a house to the van, like, we barely put anything in the van. There was not much of house moving, really. It was just like I had my little bag and he had his, and we just kind of put that in, as well as a few other things, and it was the most easiest move ever. So I think another thing I want to say is minimalism is the way to go, because it really does bring so much joy to one's life. Like, for me, I find so much joy in having less, and I see so much beauty in the simple things. And this is all from the mindset of being content with not much. And I think when people realize this more, I think they really are closer to true contentment. So I just wanted to quickly share that with you guys, like, how it really is, like, my true experience of being in the camper van. Like, I've had no issues, really. It's been really smooth in all honesty. It really has been. I've not really had any challenges. And I think the only challenge that I see coming is probably winter in a few months. Apparently it's very, very difficult in a camper van. It can get very cold, but I'm doing my research and I'll always find a way, knowing me, with the amount of research I do and come up with things, I know I'll find a way, and I'll definitely share that with you guys. But yeah, I hope everyone is okay, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to go and video call my children. I miss them so much, and they're coming in 2 weeks, and I'm so excited to see them because they've changed so much in the time that they haven't been here. And I'm so excited to introduce them to this lifestyle. I know they're going to love it. It's going to bring me so much joy seeing them have fun in the wilderness, and I've got so much planned for them, so I'm so excited. And I love video calling them because I just love to hear their voices and see their sweet faces. So I want to go do that and then move to the new location, and then I'm gonna sleep because I'm gonna crash. I've been up for so long and I need to sleep, and hopefully this time I don't have insomnia. But yeah, I really hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I send you so much love, and I really hope everyone is okay. Bye.